Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, and we actually have one Eden token, so we're going to use it, and hope and pray that we can win with it. Okay. Our stats are pretty good to start off with, better than average, so we'll take it. Seed for this run is Pibberoof, PBBER00F. So there's your seed, and I believe, I don't know what that item does, but we'll find out. Okay, didn't do anything, at least that I'm aware of, so, I don't know, whatever, we'll roll with this, see what we can make of it. If we can win on an Eden run, that would be very ideal. I mean, it'd be ideal to win regardless, but you know, it's an Eden run. It's different. It's special. For what reason, I could not tell you. Well, that's not true. Eden runs are particularly special because it's just like it's a random, you get random items, random stats, you know, so it's like, you're working with something different each time, rather than knowing what you're getting into if you pick a certain character. If that makes sense. I think I did a good job of explaining that. I'll give myself a pat on the back for that one. Alright, we should be all set for the boss fight. This does not help us. Actually, it does a little bit. If he just stays still, yeah. Alright. We almost got this. Yep, there we go. And there we go. Cool. Good. Off to a good start here. I'm satisfied with where we're at right now. Granted, that was the first floor out of many. So, we'll see what happens. Oh, man. Got the hiccups. That's not a good time. So hard. You have no right. You have no right. Oh shit. Oh, it's just sending me around because it's like it's the curse or whatever that, you know, like Curse of the Lost or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what it's called, but something like that. Come here, bud. Alright, cool. What do you got? We'll take that. That's fine. And we actually do want to go back into the arcade. We only have one bomb, so we'll gun for that one. And we get another bomb, which is what we wanted, to blow up this one. And there we go. Beautiful. And we probably want to stop in the shop, I think. You know what, because we have 15 coins, we could potentially get a good item, depending on what's in there. So we'll check that out, we'll scope it out, see what it's all about. We don't have any bombs. Oh. If we can get some bombs, we'll go back in there and we'll try and re-roll the shop. Also, I lost my, well, I lowered my deal with the double chance, but that's okay. Not too concerned about that yet. If it becomes a habit though, we'll have a problem. Whoa. There we go. Thank you very much. I also think You know what? We'll take that. Take a card, I guess. I didn't mean to use that, but it gave me my coin back, so fair enough. We may go back and use the fortune telling machine. In the who's or what's in the arcade. We may go back and use that, depending. There we go. And we actually got to deal with the devil. And we'll take contract from below. And we'll move on. We don't need to use the fortune telling machine. Probably be just fine without it. Could definitely use some damage upgrades soon, if you don't mind. If you could spare some. You know, if not, that's okay. That's okay. I'd be disappointed, but I understand these are hard times. In a rough political climate. Not much you can do. I gotcha. You know, I don't like to get political on the channel anymore. But looking back on who I was, just like 2 or 3 years ago, the kind of political stuff I would post on the channel is what is concerning. Not necessarily that I posted political stuff on the channel. For those of you that don't know, and you could probably like even look through the videos I've uploaded, and I've tried to delete some of the worst ones, but I used to be a full-on Trump supporter. Now, before you click away and you're like, oh, I never want to listen to this guy speak ever again, I first want to clarify, I am far from a Trump supporter now. I hate the man, and I am very much so in the middle at this point. I would no longer say that I am even conservative or aligned with the Republican Party at all. So I would like to clarify that, because I know you know, me saying that I used to be a Trump supporter can have a very negative connotation for good reason. But I just want to clarify and make sure people know that that's not how it is anymore, and it's far from that, you know. Alright, we're going to go in here and buy Champion's Belt. Or Champion Belt, because that'll give us the damage upgrade that we've been looking for. Yeah, you know, I'm not going to try and get political at all. Like, I'm not going to dive into really... I mean, really, I don't... You know, bringing politics up on a gaming channel is... I don't know, like bringing politics up on a beauty channel, beauty tip tutorial channel. It's like there's no place for it. And frankly, like, talking about politics in a gaming video would not do anyone any good, you know, because it like all it does is really divide more than anything, at least from what I've seen. Like, regardless of whether or not your opinion is the opinion that your viewers share, you're always going to alienate somebody, you know. And granted, like, with the content that you make and with the things that you talk about and how you are in general, your personality, you're always going to alienate people. But, you know, I don't want to alienate people because of politics. Like, it just seems so pointless to me. Like, it's politics. Like, oh, I forgot to even hit the item room. But like, it's politics. Like, can't we all just, you know, get along, share a blunt, carry on, you know? Like, we don't need to discuss that stuff. And frankly, I don't feel like putting up with it. No, we're not going to take that. But you know, like, looking back on the person that I was when I was a Trump supporter, I was just really angry, like, all the time for over mundane shit. You know, when it, like, politically, of course, but it's just like, I've realized that the angrier you are, I think the more likely you are to at least support somebody that expresses that anger. You know, and my anger wasn't justified because not only was I not as informed on the issues as I am now, but I also kind of disregarded the other opinions that people may have had that would conflict with mine, and it caused a couple online friendships to end. But it also, you know, it's not, you know, I don't want to be an angry person. I'm not an angry person. Like, I could honestly give less of a fuck about anything. I'm not an angry person at all, and I don't want to be. You know, and frankly, like, there's no reason to be that angry and upset over... Well, that's not true. That's not what I'm trying to say. Because, you know, politics are important and they have a place, but it's just... using that anger in a correct and good manner, and recognizing when your anger may be misguided is really important. And my anger was completely misguided. You know, and I know that none of the people I talked to in the past will be watching this, but you know, I apologize to them because I said some hurtful things when I was like when I shared the feelings that I did, and I had some opinions that offended people, and rightfully so. And no, I wasn't... Oh, this is diving into some real iffy territory, I think, but I wasn't a racist. Like, it wasn't, I didn't hold the opinions that I did because I had any sense of hatred directed at a group of people or anything. It was an anger with how things were, you know, or how things are in the country. And, you know, now I'm angry about how things are in the country because of the guy that I supported, you know? And, like, for the people that are going to get mad at me for even supporting him in the first place, that I don't really understand. Because as a person and as a human, you're going to make mistakes, for one thing. But also, you're not always going to be guided and correct in your ways, regardless of what you support. You know, I had to fully recognize what I was supporting and why it was wrong. Like, I had to come to that realization. You know, it was something that took time for me. You know, it didn't happen as quickly as it did for maybe other people. You know, and I definitely didn't have those views like other people did to begin with. You know, so it's not fair to, in my opinion, to really say, like, you know, oh, you're such a horrible person for even supporting that in the first place, when, you know, if I didn't support that in the first place, I wouldn't be the person that I am today, and I wouldn't know to support what I support now. You know? I had to come to terms with that. And I had to come to terms with who I was as a person, and recognize what I supported was wrong and misguided. And now that I have, you know, my politics have changed, my opinions have changed, you know, where I get my information from has changed, and yeah, like I'm not ashamed of supporting that initially. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm just ashamed that I didn't recognize it sooner. You know? That's what I'm getting at, I guess. It's kind of a weird way to put it, but you know what? Let's just not focus on this anymore. I dove into a bad topic to get into. Frankly, I don't think it's a good idea for me to dive into that. Now, we got Teleport 2.0, which is really good if we're able to get into all the rooms that we need to before, like a deal with the devil room, and eventually the error room. Problem is that we're not going to be able to reach those rooms because there are a lot of rooms that we haven't been able to touch. And you know, you have to go into every single room and all of that jazz, and we just can't, because we are struggling as is. So all right, where are we at? We could use it. This will take us, oh, just to a random room. Oh, I thought it was going to take us to the shop or something to that effect, but I guess not. Alright, well, we'll just go and take on the boss and hope for the best. Yeah, not sure how we're gonna do here, if I'm being honest. Oh, fucker. Ah. Buddy, you're in a real bad spot for me. Please. Please. No. I'm gonna lose. Yep. Yep. Well, that was fun. Oh, man. Waste of an Eden token. Beautiful. Fuck. I hate the bloat. Also like to make that abundantly clear. Alright. Well, I thought I would have some last words for this, but I don't. It was a failure on all fronts, plain and simple. But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this episode of The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, let me know down in the comment section below. Like the video and share it with your friends. It lets me know you want to see more of any game series I do here on the channel. The link down to the game is in the description box down below if you want to pick it up for yourself. Subscribe to my channel for more gaming content. I play all sorts of games on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you very much, and I'll talk to you later.